It's been about a month since the start of Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger, and what a month it has been. At the beginning of March, I released a video with all of the information we had on Sentai Gears up to that point. And now that the show has actually started and the first batch of toys have actually come out, we have a lot more to discuss in the second entry in this series. This time around, we will only cover the new gear information we have gotten recently in the weeks that have passed since the first video, so be sure you guys have checked out the first part before you watch this one. But before we get started, it probably seems overwhelming trying to track down all of these numerous gears, with how many have already been released, and not knowing where to find them all. And that's where today's sponsor, Buyee, comes in to save the day. If you have never heard of Buyee, they are one of the leading Japanese proxy shopping services that you can use to purchase items from stores that usually don't ship outside of Japan, such as Yahoo Japan Auctions, Mercari, and Rakuten. It's super easy to use. You just head to their site where you can search through the numerous stores, you find your items, and then you have Buyee bid on or purchase the item for you. Then just wait for them to receive it and they can ship it to you. This couldn't be a better time to start using Buyee, as they have just added FedEx as an option for their international shipping, and from personal experience, it is super quick. I used FedEx on my recent Buyee haul to get the metallic rare Zenkaizer gear from Gashapon Set 1, and it was here within 3 days of shipping it. If you'd like to try to use Buyee, there's a link in the description below for new users to get a 2,000 yen coupon, that's around $20, when they sign up. So start hunting for those Sentai Gears today, and a huge thanks to Buyee for sponsoring this video. A natural place to start when talking about the new gears in the toy line would be in the sounds that have been discovered inside of the deluxe Geartlinger toy. Toy hacking enthusiast Crane Joe helped us the first weekend that the toy came out by giving us the master sound list based on all of the possible combinations of notches that the Sentai Gears have. There are 64 possible gears with unique sounds that could be unlocked. 45 of them are the teams from Go Ranger through Kira Major, of course, but that still leaves 19 sounds. 2 of these sounds are a new hero, and while it's unknown what gears would actually unlock these sounds for sure, it is a pretty good guess that 2 Kaiser's gears that we will be getting later on this month will have something to do with those sounds. Most of the remaining sounds are ones for things that we could see releases in the toy line for, or maybe never unlocked if we never get toys. A lot will probably be for promotional or pack-in item gears as well. One of these, Zenkaiger movie version, is a good candidate for the usual premium summer movie ticket bonus item. The Zenkaiger and Saber summer movies were just recently confirmed, so we will probably see a gear for this sound around July. Super Zenkai is programmed into the Geartlinger, presumably for the inevitable upgrade that will come in the third quarter of toys this fall. There is an unknown sound for this Super Zenkai power-up of some sorts that we don't have a gear for yet. There is a sound for Special, just a generic Special, that has an unknown identity to it, but we will come back to that in a minute. Merry Christmas, which for sure will be released with the annual Christmas cakes we get in December, and a gear that makes the toy say every name of every Sentai in a row, which likely is the toy version of the all-red Ranger gear that we saw in the Televi-Kun magazine from February. One unknown gear is one that instead of a number when turning the crank, it makes the toy say Nanban in sort of a confused manner. So who knows what that will be for, although I have a theory later on in this video. The final set of extra sounds are for some fun special potential gears we could get in the toy line. A generic Kamen Rider gear, a Kamen Rider Saber gear, a Superhero Time gear that says the names of both Zenkaiger and Saber, and finally one of those ones I was most excited to see programmed into the toy, Akiba Ranger. I never thought this side unofficial, technically official Sentai would never be on their radar, but here it is. It's right here, and I really hope that it gets a gear made for this sound. One of these remaining sounds we actually have already been able to place a gear with is the sound for just Zenkaiger, as if it was a Legend Sentai gear. The last 2 weekends or so, we have seen a special web series air for Zenkaiger that featured a new member of the team, Zenkai Red. Naturally, he transforms with a gear and a Geartlinger, and his gear is actually a Super Red Zenkaizer gear, which is just a normal, Super Red version of the Zenkaizer gear. However, this gear actually unlocks the Zenkaiger sound. Now, there hasn't been a release announced for a toy of this gear just yet, but if I had to guess, I would say it could be a pretty good candidate for a potential DVD pack-in if they ever put the special on DVD or something. Zenkai Red is also how the Super Red gears have been used in the series canon, as he uses the Super Red Power Ranger gear that is due out this month in the special. We found out that we will be getting an unknown gear of some kind known as the Let's Play with Geartlinger gear this May in the second issue of the Let's Play with Zenkaiger magazine. Now, this magazine had its first volume released last month with the Super Red Kira Major gear, and it will be making a comeback this May. As of this point in time, we don't know what the gear looks like or what sounds it will make, but there is a pretty good chance that this could be what the special sound of the Geartlinger will be used for. As for other Zenkaiger related gears, while we haven't had a look at what his gears look like just yet, the most recent issue of Televi-Kun that just came out has given us our first teaser for the upcoming 6th hero, 2 Kaiser, our Gokaiger, O-Ranger, and Shinkenger based member of the team, who we will be seeing later on this month. We just don't have pictures yet other than this silhouette. Finally, for Zenkaiger gears, as guessed previously, Zenkaizyuran and Zenkaizyuran will be getting a release in Gashapon Set 2 this month, alongside the metallic rare being a metallic Zenkaizyuran. Now that the Zenkaigers are out of the way, it's time for some Legend Sentais. Now moving on to our Legend Sentai gears we saw this month, or got more info on this month. The contents of Gashapon Set 2 were finally revealed to us. First as a blurry look in a shop window display, but then finally better pictures once the set was shown off in the recent Televi-Kun. This is how they will be releasing the gears for Kako Ranger, O-Ranger, Time Ranger, and Shinkenger. Shinkenger is one of the ones we had seen back in December on that leaked design sheet, but for the other 3 Sentais, this is our first time seeing their gears. Since they were used in the show in March, we got better looks at the gears for Goggle 5, Ninninger, and Juoger, but for some reason we still don't know how these ones are going to be released at the toy line, which is pretty odd since they have already appeared on screen. However, there are 3 empty slots in the upcoming Candy Toy Set 3, which will be out this June, that those could be filling the spots for. That magazine that gave us the pack-in Super Red Kira Major gear also gave us a much clearer image of the Go Busters gear than we had before, as well as being the first time ever that we got a look at the Q Ranger gear. Both of these gears are confirmed to be used in the show this month, alongside Gal Ranger, Go Ranger, Kako Ranger, and Woo Soldier. Each of these teams will of course have their own gear abilities, Gal Ranger awakening the wildness of the team, Go Ranger giving them the Go Ranger Hurricane, Q Ranger giving them a Luck, Go Busters giving them the abilities of the main Busters trio, Kako Ranger having the Kakurumai no Jutsu attack, and Woo Soldier giving them access to the Ryusoukens. Speaking of the Go Busters gear, we found out that it will be released as part of Gashapon Set 4 in July of this year. The rest of Gashapon 4's lineup was found as well, but we don't have pictures of a lot of it. Regular versions of Lupin Ranger and Pato Ranger will be a part of the lineup, and we have already seen the Lupin Ranger one before, first on that design sheet, and second actually in the Zenkai Red special. Set 4 will also include Battle Fever J, Live Man, and Ginga Man, so the entire set will be Legend Sentais this time around, except for the metallic one. And the metallic rare for Set 4 will be a metallic Zenkaizyuran. But Zenkaiger is not done with new gears just yet. The most recent Televi-Kun revealed that this month in the series, the team will have to face off against their inspired Sentai counterparts and Mecha, who appear to be sort of evil versions of the team that we know and love. To cause this to happen, it appears to be the work of these dark Sentai gears, for 8 Sentai teams that are purple in color instead of gold or red, and feature a silver finish instead of a gold finish on the actual silhouette. The teams to be getting this dark treatment are Go Ranger, Ju Ranger, Gal Ranger, and Mask Man from gears that we've already seen regular versions of, but for the very first time in gear form, we have Flashman, Five Man, Magi Ranger, and Bokenger. It's pretty crazy that we are seeing these teams for the very first time in an evil gear format, but surely they will get normal releases in time. And as for any toy release for these Dark Sentai gears, there's nothing that's been confirmed just yet, but I'd say there's a pretty good chance that they will be a prime candidate for a premium Bandai release, just you wait. To finish off our updates, we finally have word on how the Kira Major gear we saw last time is being released. Last time we had already seen the toy version of it, but we didn't know how it was going to be packed in or if it was going to be in a Candy Toy or Gashapon set, and now we finally know. It's an apparel item pack-in. There are multiple items in which this can be purchased with, ranging from different types of children's clothing to a more limited adult t-shirt option coming out this May. Now for the most part, all of these gears have already been released except for the adult t-shirt version, so you can go ahead and try to track those down, or you can also check out the video I uploaded on them last week. And with that, that is where our info on the Sentai Gear toy line stands as at the end of March / the beginning of April 2021. This series will continue about once a month or so every time we get a large amount of news to cover, and until then you can follow updates and discuss the show with me over on Twitter at LivingRangerKey. Comment down below which gears are you looking forward to seeing in the show that we haven't seen already or that we are going to be seeing soon. Also, what are your thoughts on the series now that it has finally aired? Thank you guys all so much for watching, and a huge thanks again to Buyee for sponsoring this video and giving you guys the great opportunity to help track down the gears for yourself. Be sure to check that link in the description below to get your coupon when you sign up. And until next time, Zenroku Zenkai!